Well, listen, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Today's a good day for lots of reasons. It's a beautiful weather day outside, but also it's a day when we can take one of the great assets for the city of Albuquerque, which is our convention center, which every city that has a meaningful downtown works with, that every city that has a meaningful convention and visitors program has. And we're going to take an older side of our convention center, and we're going to use a local architecture and design firm. We're going to use a local construction firm. We're going to create jobs right in the city of Albuquerque, and we're going to turn the old west side of our convention center into some place that people are more likely to use for their conventions, because it's going to look more like us, it's going to feel more like us, and we're going to turn it into a much nicer asset for the citizens of Albuquerque. So we've got boots on the ground today, and you can see all the people, all the folks from the construction side that are here today. We want to welcome you and wish you a really great project. And what we're talking about today is phase one of the Albuquerque Convention Center renovation. The renovation of the west building, which is the older side of the building, will include upper level ballrooms A, B, and C. So a lot of people in Albuquerque have been up to the ballroom before for different events. We're going to have a much nicer ballroom for people to use for everything from family gatherings to philanthropic gatherings, you name it. It'll have adjacent restrooms that will be remodeled, including new ceiling, wall, and floor treatments, movable partitions, lighting, and other improvements. So at the end of this phase of the renovation, you're going to walk into that grand ballroom at the Albuquerque Convention Center, and it's really going to look nice. We're going to do the renovation of the west building lower level kitchen, including the food service equipment. Lou Dolly will speak to the kitchen condition as it currently is. These guys do a wonderful job at SMG, but the fact is the kitchen has gotten old over time. They still put out wonderful product, but we do definitely need a new kitchen. We have installation of a new service corridor and a new service elevator to get the food from the kitchen to the ballrooms. We're also going to demolish the south ramp of the loading dock, patch and repair and recoat the east building, exterior walls and parapets, including the sky bridge over 2nd Street. So we're going to get new stucco on the newer side of the convention center as well. The estimated phase of this, the cost of this phase one construction is $8.1 million. We have put our local contractor, Gerald Martin, contractors on a very, very tight time schedule for the main reason that we want to make sure that we can use this building for conventions and meetings and bring business into the city of Albuquerque. So there is a very tight timeline. We also need to fix the backbone of the structure before we can start on the facelift of the exterior. So as you notice from the renderings, we're going to do a rather extensive exterior renovation as well, but we need to get the interior done first before we can start the outside. Certainly want to thank our design consultants, Decker Parrish Sabatini. Bill Sabatini's with us today. You guys have done a wonderful job getting this thing on paper and ready to go. Kendall Giles, our project manager and the lead architect, is with us today, I think. Bill Sabatini, principal, is here with us as well. And we want to thank our contractor, Gerald Martin. Gerald's not here with us today. He's the chairman of the board, but I believe Dan Fulcher, the project manager, is with us. And we want to thank you for in advance for a snappy and quality project that will be at the end of this, at the completion of this. I'm a contractor by trade, so I love talking to the contractors about, you know, I know that you guys will do a great job. You've got a great reputation in the community, and it'll be fun to watch it go up. We expect to bid phase two early in the summer and start construction by late summer. And we'll probably finish up, you know, the project managers will give us the exact time frames, but we hope to finish up about a year after we start the exterior renovation. So the phase two cost will be $9.5 million. So all told, we have an approximately $20 million renovation going on to the Albuquerque Convention Center. Phase two, of course, as I mentioned earlier, will consist of really an exterior renovation to the west building, including stucco, glass, a balcony, a new area over here from the grand ballroom to step out onto and have events out there as well that will overlook Civic Plaza. It'll also have an executive conference room next to the Kiva Auditorium, and that will include new finishes. We'll cut, it's the one you see here on this far left rendering, where we'll have windows overlooking Civic Plaza and in the city as well. And also there will be pedestrian improvements on 3rd Street between Marquette and Tejeras. And construction is being managed by our Department of Municipal Development. Mike Reardon's with us today. I saw Mike. Mike's right front row. Mike's right here with us, and Keith Reed will be our lead project manager on this. So Keith's going to be a busy guy working along with our contractors over the coming months. And I'm going to bring up Lou Dolly in just a second, but I want to thank Lou for his help. Lou is our guru of all things. There you are. He's the go-to guy at the convention center. If you like the food, and I tell you, if you go to conventions around the city, the food here at the convention center is some of the absolute best you're going to get. He's got a great service staff here. They do a great job. They're with SMG, and I think the city made a wise move a couple of years ago when the city decided to bring SMG in here to run our convention center. They do a great job from setting up the track over here and all the headaches that go with that, and setting that up, tearing it down, getting it ready for other events. Lou and his staff just do it. I saw Jose here earlier too. Jose, you guys just do a fantastic job. So I'm going to bring Lou Dolly up here, and then we're going to have Dale Lockett from ACVB talk a little bit, and then we'll take any questions that you have. So this is the service side of the organization. Mr. Lou Dolly. Lou.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And SMG was not responsible for the power outage at the Super Bowl on Sunday. Just so you know, no matter what you read.
Dome?
Yes,
that
was our first building.
We've been there.
Yeah, we've been there forever. Well, I want to thank the mayor. You know, this is a very exciting time for us. You know, we're ready to go. We're counting down here to Saturday night. Is the Hispano event, which is one of our largest and most prestigious events. As soon as that event is over, we're going at it. But also, as part of that, we're going to be feeding around 6,000 National Guard this weekend, right, Chris? So we got a lot going on, and as you heard the mayor say, one of our biggest challenges is our kitchen. You know, and it would have been nice if we could have kind of salvaged it, but we really do need a new kitchen to be able to give the quality food product that our clients expect. And so during the next 6 months, we're going to be cooking out of a mobile kitchen. And since we have all these people to feed on Saturday, we're going to use our mobile kitchen and our regular kitchen. And once we're through Saturday, that's it. So we're going to get started on construction. You know, as spring gets close, it's certainly kind of a spring day out there. It makes us think about rebirth and new beginning. And that's exactly what my feeling about this project is. You know, this, as the mayor said, we all know how important this facility is to our city in terms of jobs and money that we bring in when people come here for meetings and conventions. But, you know, this was time. We really needed to do this. And I think, as a matter of fact, Dale has some news from a potential client that we've been wooing, that now that we're doing the ballroom, I don't want to steal your thunder. I've done it too much, but so this is a great time. And, you know, many positive signs are going on in the meetings and convention business. You know, business is slowly coming back. Attendance is up. Travel is up. So this is a perfect time for us to do this in Albuquerque. And we'll have that challenge. You know, we're going to operate through this. We are not going to close. And so I've been contacting our clients and making them feel comfortable that we can do this. I've done it a few times. It is a challenge, but we're going to get this done, because the sooner we get this done, the sooner we can get those folks in there spending money in Albuquerque. Finally, I just want to thank, again, Mayor Berry for his vision in this. You know, it seems like yesterday, I think it was actually the first time we met, he came over and said, walk me around. And so I walked him around, and here we are today. So I can't thank him enough for that vision that's so badly needed. All the members of the administration, John Garcia, Cheryl Barunda, that we work with every day, you know, I appreciate the mayor giving us credit, but we couldn't do it without their partnership. You know, our company does this a lot, but the successful cities we're in is when there's a partnership. So John and Cheryl are great partners. And finally, Mike, you know, we work with Mike and Ken Mitchell, and we're working with Keith and those guys. This is their building, and we never forget that. And we try to do our best to make them feel like we're doing a good job here of managing their asset. And so finally, it's been great to work with DPS. I think when you consider the resources we have and challenges we have, they've done a fantastic job with their design. And you heard the mayor mention earlier, there's our ballroom right there, and on the left, that's the lower level. And I think you can see that it does say Albuquerque in New Mexico. So we're looking forward to this. We're going to get to know the Joe Martin guys really well. I think Jose is going to be spending a lot of time with them. So it's very exciting. Can't wait to get started. Thank you.
Thanks, Lou. And I just want to remind everybody, we're doing this without a tax increase. We're doing this without a special bond program. We're doing this by refinancing the convention center. We started talking about the need for the convention center renovation. I got with Lou Hoffman and the folks at our finance department. We started looking at some of the debt that was on the convention center. Some of it was, I think, nearly 7% interest rates. And so if there's any upside to a down economy, it's the fact that we've got some very inexpensive interest rates out there right now. So they put a package together to take the existing lodgers taxes that are already coming in, mostly from visitors to our city, and repurposing those at a lower interest rate so that we can afford to do this renovation. So I think our team's done a really nice job from a fiscally responsible standpoint of getting this thing done. Lou started talking about our team, John and everybody at Economic Development, great job there. But I'll tell you, ACVB, Dale Lockett and his group, these are the folks, Lou Dolly and ACVB, SMG, and these two entities working with our team are the ones that actually bring the business into Albuquerque. And when we talk about convention business, we're talking about new money into our economy. It's great when we go out with our families and eat at a local restaurant, and we encourage everybody to do that. But it's even better sometimes when somebody brings their money from another place and leaves it here before they go home. And if they can leave it at a local shop, at a local restaurant, at our convention center, at our hotels, that's how we create economic development. And we do that through our partnership with the Albuquerque Convention and Visitors Bureau. Dale Lockett's in charge of that, and we've worked closely as a team on these renovations, and I'd like to invite Dale to come up and talk a little bit about what it means to you guys and the work that you're doing.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. John, you're not the only twin. My brother and I,
Yeah,
we're going
right.
to give you and your twin a run for the money. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor, and express my congratulations and appreciation for the investment in our product. Your sales and marketing team, I don't care if you're an auto industry or if you're in aerospace or what product you develop, if you do not continually have your design development team invest and make your product new, then at some point in time your competition does it, and your product, no matter how aggressive your marketing and your sales is, your product becomes a little bit more difficult to sell. So strictly looking at this, there's two focuses that I wanted to key on. One's the business potential, and the other is what we can do with it, and the importance of the meeting industry to Albuquerque. One of the job reports that just came out is one of the few industry sectors that's continuing to grow jobs is the hospitality industry, and the meeting industry plays a critical role. The people who come here, because this center is here and is professionally managed by SMG, are business people coming to do business in Albuquerque. Otherwise, they would not come here, they would go to another destination. If you do not continually improve your product, then you start having to make excuses as why certain things are deficient and when they might be fixed. And so with this improvements, the first commitment by the City of Albuquerque in quite some time to put serious dollars and serious commitment to change and improving for this convention center, it's enabling us, Mayor, to go out to the market. And we've already been out to market. In fact, today we have a team of salespeople in Dallas meeting with about 38 corporate meeting planners in the Dallas market to talk about bringing corporate business back to this facility that's being renovated and back into Albuquerque. They're using these pictures, much larger than what we've got right here, to be able to drive home the message of new and improved and innovative in terms of the design. Speaking of that, we had a client that we were working that was a very nice piece of business, Lou. You were alluding to that earlier. The American College for Clinical Pharmacy, that's 2,200 room nights coming in October 2013. Gretchen Miles is the meeting planner. Gretchen made the decision to bring the group here based on the ballroom renovation. She was hovering between another destination and said, I like what I'm seeing. We showed her the designs, got the commitment from Lou, this is you,
absolutely.
Got the commitment from Lou that the ballroom would be finished in time for her conference coming in. So a little bit of pressure for you guys as well. So again, it is being able to go out to market and get your message out there. And this is the first time since I've been here 8 years that we've had this kind of level of news to talk about the improvements to our meeting product. There's the bottom line reason, and that's economic impact. One meeting, like the American College for Clinical Pharmacy, will bring over $1 million of direct spend into this community. That's $1 million that their attendees could choose to spend in other destinations, other cities. This facility year in and year out, has brought in, on average, around $34 million worth of business. In spite of the bad times and good times, factored out, $34 million on average coming in. That's business that would not come to the city. And by the way, Mayor, that's gross receipts tax that visitors pay, as well as lodgers tax, which helps fund and pay for the debt service on this building. So all in all, this is a very good day. I can't wait for the hammer to come down, because the hammer on the marketing is already down. We already have the promise outside to bring business to Albuquerque. Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. So we'll open it up for questions if you have any. But before, just to wrap things up, I think as we talk to the community and we talk about using community resources to make Albuquerque an even more exciting place to be, this is a perfect example. We were able to go out and, without any tax increases, as I said, with taking the revenue streams that we already have, finance that at a lower interest rate, be able to make an improvement to an aging facility so that we don't have people come to Albuquerque and talk about how beautiful the airport is, look at the mountains, look at the river, look at the blue skies, and they come into this older west side of the convention center and say, we'll send you a postcard from somewhere else. I mean, that's really what this is about. And it's also about having a nicer community facility. This wraps Civic Plaza. And once again, for the same money we were spending before, we will have a facility that looks and feels much more like Albuquerque, New Mexico, so that we as citizens, the folks that live here and are raising our families here, can actually have a nicer building to enjoy as well. It's phase one. There's a lot more to do, but we're happy today that we're getting started, so we're very excited about it. Anybody have any questions?
What will business look like while renovation is taking place? Do we have conventions booked, and how will those conventions be affected?
Boy, do we have conventions booked. As soon as we wrap up phase one, we're going to have a convention literally at the door waiting to move in. So we're going to be very busy. Like I said, our goal here is to continue to be busy. We cannot shut this facility down. I got people here that work hard every day. Got to keep them working. So that's our plan. I'm confident in this. Unfortunately, I've done it a few times. I've operated buildings while construction was going on. So we have a plan. And, first thing is just being honest with our clients, making sure they understand what's going on. We have to ask more questions, make sure we know what they're doing. And we got to work closely with our contractor. I mean, that's it. So I don't have any concerns at all. We're going to be operating. And I just want to add real quick what the mayor said. This facility is not just about conventions and meetings. I mean, look out there today. Those are young people from the school system in Albuquerque. And we have these kind of meetings 3 or 4 times a year. And the reason I mention this, I remember when I was a kid going to the convention center in Detroit with my school like that, never realizing that I'd be doing this. So it's not just about those visitors that we want to come badly, but this is also about our local community.
Let me, if I could,
Sure.
If I could follow up on that real quickly. One of the benefits of our facility is that a lot of our convention business uses the east side, the trade show and exhibit space. And as an example, during the middle part of the summer, when the construction is really going on in the ballroom, is when we're hosting U.S. Roller Sports National Finals. It'll be a televised event. Thank goodness the city invested and put television quality lighting in our exhibit space. That's going to be now the scene of speed skating and dance on roller skates. So that's over 17,000 room nights of attendees coming in during that long 3 to 4 week period of time. So that covers, you're going to have a major convention at the same time they're doing the hammering over here in the ballroom.
Also, the auditorium is also on the east side.
Nothing on the Kiva. Neither one of these phases. The Kiva is a great venue in the city of Albuquerque. In the future, we could certainly look at doing things in the Kiva. There's been discussions about that, but it's not part of this renovation.
Dale, with hopefully increased demand for the facility, does that renew discussion about another downtown hotel?
Yes, but eventually, not immediately. What that does is public sector leadership oftentimes, and we've seen it in cities across the United States, spur on private sector confidence and private sector development. So everything is incremental steps. And so what I think you'll see is, with the commitment of the city to reinvest in itself, is that you can get the dialogue. The dialogue's been pretty quiet lately, and of course, a lot of that is the recession and impact on the construction industry and investment Quite frankly, investing in headquarter hotels and meeting convention hotels has not been real strong across the United States due to the recession. We should see a resurgence in this about the same time that this project is finished, so we can get the dialogue started back again, and I think that's very hopeful.
And I believe this renovation came in on or below budget, is that correct? Yeah, so good job to Decker, Perry, Sabatini, Bill, and his entire team. We had a lot of, as a contractor, I have that discussion with these guys a lot. Let's stay on budget, let's stay on time, let's provide a good return for the taxpayers in the meantime, and let's have a better community facility to use.
3, 1, 2, 3.